Does that mean you're filming? This has been a very confusing morning already. Hunter and I have pretty much gone back and forth for like 20 minutes about what we're going to do with this. And I still really don't have a good idea of what we're going to do, so we're just going to wing it. And he can be happy with it, because he's the cameraman. So he's the one who gets to make all the decisions.
And action.
If you didn't notice, it's baseball season. The Great Depression is almost over.
Quit talking about basketball. Basketball is not a depression.
It's a year-long season. And then there are good parts, like baseball. There are great parts, like baseball. Great parts, like football. Hockey, we got like a third of it. Basketball season...
Squeak, 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 squeak.
...is a period of depression. I have nothing to live for. Except hoping that when I come to bed, basketball is not on the TV. Because I'm laying in bed and I hear... Because technology hasn't figured out yet a way to make the shoes not squeak. But that's beside the point. The Rays... Sorry, year. So, it's been 3 weeks since our last juicing. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 3 weeks. Super Bowl Sunday. I was wrong. Baltimore won.
Woo!
Whatever. So, we talked about doing a bet where I was going to make him juice, or he was going to make me juice, depending on who won or who lost.
I still lost the bet, because I don't get to choose what goes in the juicing.
Yeah, he just lost. He won, but he lost because I decided this. Because, I decided. So, we haven't juiced in 3 weeks because we have not had any healthy food at all. Like, at all. No vegetables, no fruit. I haven't had my smoothie in like 3 weeks. So finally yesterday we got to Sweet Bay. I got to Sweet Bay. Hunter was out cruising with his friends.
Meat Bay!
This is an excellent marketing strategy. I'm just saying. Anytime anybody says Sweet Bay, you think of that commercial. We are Meat Bay! So anyways, oh, and also, Juicer 2013. Juice. This was the juicer back then. So we have a little history lesson of, these are the first ever
How'd it go?
You stomp. Buddy's not even fazed by it. You just stomp on it and you get grapes in between your toes, which I would imagine is pretty awful.
I Love Lucy episode, very funny.
Very funny. This is delicious juice. Far better than anything that I have made yet. We juiced once more, and we didn't film it. Remember? The carrot one? You didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that had layers.
That was another one that had... It wasn't that bad, though. So anyways, Murphy here is holding our recipe. Sam, my sister-in-law, is terrified of clowns, so I'm going to use this as a desensitizing activity. So Murphy's pretty much going to appear in most of our videos. Probably not going to put a knife in his hands anymore. I might, because you got to admit, that's funny. So, might or might not. So, today, excuse me, buddy, very berry elixir. Vegetables are not good in juice. You need to have something to really, like, sweeten them. So, we got strawberries, blackberries, which, what are these, glands that make you salivate? Oh my gosh. Blackberries are, like, they're so delicious. I love blackberries. Blueberries are okay. And then an entire cucumber. You're also supposed to put a cup of raspberries.
Black raspberries?
No, just raspberries. That was more of me stuttering because we didn't practice this. I told you that. So, we don't have raspberries. Sweet Bay didn't have any. And this time, I didn't ask. So, we are raspberryless. So, I did a little bit more of the other 3 berries. Speaking of berries, because he wants this story to go dead, I think it should remain in the history books forever, so I have to tell it. My older brother's name is Barry, like berries. So when he was little, I think they went to McDonald's or something. I was but a twinkle in my mother's eye. So they went to McDonald's and they didn't get enough straws. So Barry had like a milkshake or something. I don't remember the story because it's not really that important. It's just the punchline that's important. So Mom wanted to have his straw. So she said, "Can I have your strawberry?" And he looks at her, really confused. He goes, I don't have any strawberries. Best story ever, because it's like 30 years later and it's still funny, and he still wishes that we wouldn't tell it. So, there you go, internet. Have at it. So, excuse me, buddy. Let's get started. Whole cucumber, I took the skin off of it because I hear that's what you're supposed to do. So, we're just going to throw these in there. And Hunter is going to have some juice today, too, because we've been dating for like 3 years. Actually, over 3 years now. It's funny. Good joke. And he's never had a headache, like, the entire time we've been dating. Which sucks, because I get them, like, 3 times a week, unless I take magnesium, which is, like, a miracle worker. But I haven't, because we've been poor and we haven't been to the store. So anyways, Hunter has a headache, which is amazing, because it doesn't happen. So, I'm going to make him juice, because he needs a flash flood of nutrients. I don't know if these have anything to do with headache, but he's gonna do it anyway, because I said so. Because that's kind of how our relationship works. Right? So, I have to say, this already looks better than anything else that I've done. Did you see that? That was awesome. Don't eat that. Stop. You do not eat blueberries, because that was funny. What was I talking about?
School.
You weren't listening. You weren't listening. It's okay. I caught you. Oh, this is going to be delicious, because there's nothing in this juice that I don't like. Like giant tomatoes. So I think it's going to be actually pretty good. So, here's hoping. Got some, stuff.
What was the one? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or whatever it was.
That was awful. Well, we juiced once since then, but, ugh, that was just terrible. Do you think that's going to work? Might not. Where did my knippy go? I already put it in the dishwasher. Okay.
So are we not having the cucumber?
Yes. Part of the recipe, Hunter. Come on now.
Why don't you mix it with it? There you go. And just cram it down in there.
I'm going to, obviously, but there was stuff in it before. Film.
No, I'm not supposed to listen.
I don't know why you would. Like a Britney Spears video. Get it?
Yeah, that's what her voice sounds like.
Pretty much. This is good. This looks good. Actually looks like something that you would buy at the supermarket. Because we shop at supermarkets, not grocery stores. It's got a little bit of,
Curds.
yeah, and whey. No spiders.
Yeah, definitely not itsy bitsy.
Nope.
Megatron.
So, look at our pulp. Delicious. That is, supposedly where all the fiber is, but that's why God made Fiber One cereal.
Have they said, are there any recipes that you could do with the shavings or the leftovers to, like,
Garnish it
or
I mean,
a fruit salad?
That would be the ugliest fruit salad ever. They, being the powers that be, no, not really, because I don't think that that would be considered juicing, because the point of juicing is you only get the juice, not any of the other stuff. You could do blending, which we tried, which was awful, because that kept all of that good fibrous pulp in it, and tastes awful. Terrible. You get like chunks of kale in your smoothie. Not good. Not good at all. And for the record, kale chips, don't listen to anything that she said on the internet. It's terrible. Right, Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
He was not pleased with me. Mostly because I told him to close his eyes and open his mouth.
Yeah, you lost all faith there.
This is the last time. last time that ever happened. This one's yours. And cheers.
Cheers.
I think that we should get your reaction.
Okay, here we go.
I think there needs to be ice in it. Make it colder.
Out of all the berries that you put in this, I taste more of the cucumber than anything. Very disappointing.
I would agree with that sentiment.
And yes, it definitely needs to have the... Can ice cubes go in there?
Why not? Ice us
Because
up.
I didn't buy it, so I don't know.
Put some ice in there. See if
No,
that
I mean
helps.
in the thing next time we juice.
Oh.
Could you like chop up ice cubes and